successful trip.
Bye, girls.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Be good in school.
No way.
Congratulations, Lexi. It's so exciting. The Daily Examiner.
Mr. Walker? And Miss Dawson? No way.
Who knew?
What a scandal.
You shine, Lexi.
Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Hi. Hey. Oh my gosh, there's Mr. Walker. I don't know what Miss Dawson sees in him. Ugh, and that hideous green coat. Hi, Mr. Walker.
Oh, Lexi. Hi. So I'll email that to you right away, Jack.
Thank you. Mr. Walker.
That's Miss Stern, the control freak admissions officer.
May I speak with you a moment?
Certainly, Ms. Stern. I'll see you both in class.
That was, some article.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. Hedda Hopper had nothing on you.
Hedda who?
And you call yourself a writer. You should know. She was the most famous gossip columnist ever.
I am not a gossip columnist. I give advice in the school paper, and the article in the Daily Examiner is a human interest piece.
Right. Sure it is.
All right, so what's your secret?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret now, would it, Gabe?
Oh, come on, you get that shot of Mr. Walker. He won't even allow his picture in the yearbook.
You know what they say, a good reporter is always on the job. Hi, Gabe.
Hey, Jennifer.
Bye, Gabe. So, how excited are you about getting an article in the Daily Examiner? Everyone's talking about it. Well, Jack Downey just trashed it. Oh, of course he will. He's so jealous. You think?
Come on. You snapped an amazing picture of your teacher's good side.
Then he wrote a killer article about their secret romance, and it happened to run in a major New York newspaper. Think about it. The editor of the school paper is upstaged by a member of his own staff. He's dying over this. You are so right, Jen. Thanks. What are friends for? So true.
Do you think Miss Dawson saw the picture?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
May I have your attention, please? Hello. As you know, it's Career Week, and we're very honored to have the participation of so many talented parents. I want your complete attention when they present. Now, our first speaker is a 12-year veteran of the CIA with 10 years as a covert operations officer. Everyone, Let's give a big round of applause for Mrs. Somerville.
Thank you, Miss Dawson. The life of a CIA operations officer can be a very exciting one. You get to travel the world, explore different cultures, meet lots of interesting people. But it's a lonely life, filled with empty hotel rooms and late-night meals in two-bit diners. You begin to miss your cat.
Jack, can you come over here and look at these mock-ups?
Ugh, I think my brain is in meltdown. Can we go home yet? What will people in this school do without me? Listen to this. Dear Lexi, my friend and I had a fight. We made up, but the mean thing she said about me still hurt. What should I do? Signed, Bummed Out. This is a bummer. What will you prescribe, Dr. Gold? Well, I'm thinking that she has to be honest with her friend and tell her how she feels. That's what I do with you. And I with you. Then she should reward herself for speaking out by picking up a cute little Jelly Roll handbag. Excellent advice. She'll feel better in no time.
Definitely.
Okay, everyone. Time for our weekly meeting. Now, for our first order of business, as most of you are already aware, Lexi Gold was honored today by the Daily Examiner, which published an article and photograph she submitted to their junior journalism section. Let's give her a round of applause.
Yeah.
Your editor, Jack Downey, would now like to say a few words.
I would? Yeah, I would. Thank you, Mr. Goldblum. I guess I'd just like to say that we're all proud when one of our own is able to make their way onto a more visible platform, especially a colleague from one of our, well, softer news areas.
So, congratulations, Lexi. Today, the Daily Examiner. Tomorrow, the Post.
Yeah.
Got us on the mountaintop. Thanks, Jen.
Listen, I'm gonna need your copy if you want to make the next issue. This story's kind of old news.
You know what, Jack? I actually owe you a thank you. It was because you wouldn't run my story in the school paper that I sent it to the Daily Examiner in the first place.
Gertrude, you startled me.
I need to talk to you.
What more is there to say?
I just don't understand.
Don't talk so loud, okay? I never meant to hurt you.
Really? Then what did you mean to do? What changed? We made all those plans. Orlando, I love you.
Okay, well, I don't love you. That's what's changed. Can you understand that?
I guess I'm gonna have to try. I'm sorry I ever met you.
If you think I'll continue to press you in these halls, you're sadly mistaken. One of us has to leave Millington, and I assure you it's not going to be me.
Hi, Miss Dawson.
Hi, Lexi.
Hey, you. About ready for bed?
Yeah, I just had to finish answering some mail for my column. There just aren't enough hours in the day.
Sorry I missed dinner. The press conference I was covering ran long. The mayor was asking state legislators to increase aid to city schools, and let's just say things didn't go very well.
It's okay, Dad. That sounds pretty important.
Not as important as you. Bedtime. And how was your day?
It was okay.
I read your article. Nice job. It's well written. You've got a good theme. I'd call it a heartwarming piece of journalism.
Really?
Absolutely.
Dad, have you ever written something that, I don't know, caused something else to happen?
Well, sure, that's what real journalism is all about, and you'll get there. This is good work, Lex. You should be proud.
I'm proud. I'm really proud. I want to write a hard news piece, you know, like you do.
Well, you don't start with hard news. You work your way up to it. That's what I did.
How?
Well, let's see. I was working at the Mercury Herald in the classifieds when I got a lead on something. I did a little investigation on my own and discovered a toxic waste dump was hidden underneath the local burger joint. So I pitched the story to the editor and made the front page of the Herald. After that, they made me staff writer.
Wow.
There's stories all around you, Lex. You just have to keep your eyes open, and when you get a hunch about something, investigate it.
I think I can do that.
I know you can do that. You'll be amazed what hard work, imagination, and a little luck will bring you. Good night.
Hugs and kisses, Dad.
Hugs and kisses, my sweet girl.
How you doing, man?
Lexi, sweetie, wake up.
Dad, what time is it?
Honey, I've got something to tell you, and it's not very easy. I just got a call from one of the editors at the paper, and apparently your teacher, Mr. Walker, he's missing.
Wait, what happened?
There isn't much information yet, but they did find his car in the East River early this morning.
Oh my gosh. And Mr. Walker?
He hasn't been found yet. There's a lot of speculation, but things don't look very good. Look, kiddo, this is gonna be a tough day for you. Why don't you get ready and I'll walk you to school.
Wow, I can't believe this. Jen, wake up. He's what?
News of Mr. Walker's bizarre disappearance spread faster than word of a Barney's warehouse sale. All I know is, if he set foot into that toxic river, he's gonna need a serious head-to-toe hydroexfoliation body wrap. Even the fish refuse to live there. Jeez, there's a lot of cameras here. I hope they get my good side.
The only good thing about being in mourning is that black is always in. I know. Whoever thought of that was so far ahead of their time. I can't believe all of the coverage that Mr. Walker's getting. Who would have thought he was so popular?
Mr. N's outfit is to die for. Literally.
Isn't it strange that the day after my article runs, he just disappears? Yeah, it's a real shame. A shame? It's too weird.
All right, Lexi, so what's the scoop on Mr. Walker?
What?
Oh, come on. I know you have the inside story on him. Where is he?
I have no idea, Gabe, but you're really starting to bug me.
Well, as you all know, we've had a bit of a crisis in our school. Mr. Walker... Mr. Walker... Nonetheless, classes will continue for the time being. Now, our next guest speaker is here. He is a small business owner who is an award-winning taxidermist. Everyone, Mr. Greenblatt.
Poor Miss Dawson. The man she loves is missing. And even worse, yesterday he told her to take a hike. She must be wigging. A deep tissue massage at the Peacock Spa would do her wonders.
Now, if at all possible, wrap your fish in a wet towel. Then...
Excuse me, Miss Dawson. Is Lexi Gold here?
Me?
Alexandra Gould?
Am I in trouble for something?
No. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. I'm Detective Potter. Please sit down.
How do I know you're really a detective?
Now, I understand you write a gossip column for the school newspaper?
It's an advice column.
It seems you may have some special knowledge about a relationship between Mr. Walker and Miss Dawson. Is that correct? Oh. Before I go any further, I just want to say congratulations on your article that appeared in yesterday's Daily Examiner. It was most impressive.
Oh, you saw it?
Oh, yes. What a great photo. Did you take it?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You know, up until my article ran, I was the only one who knew how in love Mr. Walker and Miss Dawson were. Well, I told my best friend Jennifer. And then yesterday...
What happened yesterday?
Well, they broke up. Actually, he broke up with her. Miss Dawson was really upset.
You witnessed this?
Well, they were arguing, and she said one of them was gonna have to leave Millington, and it wasn't gonna be her. You know, she might be a big help.
I'll be in touch if I have any further questions.
Detective Potter, sir, has anyone ever told you that you'd look better without the knobs?
No.
Well, I really think you should consider it.
That'll be all, Miss Gold. Thank you for your time.
The pleasure is mine.
Miss Dawson, I'm Detective Potter. Please have a seat.
Did you find him?
No, not yet.
So who you eavesdropping on this time?
Shh. There's a detective in there with Miss Dawson.
I have good advice from more than one source that you and Mr. Walker had romantic times. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
When did you last see Mr. Walker?
Well, yesterday afternoon.
Did he seem angry? Was he upset?
He was perfectly fine.
Really? I learned from one of your students that you had a significant altercation with Mr. Walker yesterday and threatened him if he did not leave the school. Is that accurate? Would you mind coming downtown with me for further questioning?
I think I'd better contact my lawyer.
Oh no, that detective thinks that Miss Dawson has something to do with Mr. Walker's disappearance, and it's all my fault.
Don't flatter yourself. She's the lead suspect even without your big mouth.
The only thing that woman is guilty of is loving him. And that's definitely a crime.
Why can't you just tell it like it is? She threatened him yesterday. We both heard it.
She didn't threaten him. She only said the school wasn't big enough for the two of them. Besides, she's way too petite to murder anyone.
Well, didn't you ever hear of Lizzie Borden, the dainty murderess?
I think I've heard of Dizzy Borden. Look, I don't believe Miss Dawson killed Mr. Walker.
So, who did?
I don't know. Who said he was murdered? There's no body. They found his car, but no Mr. Walker. I mean, anything could have happened. He could have been taken hostage or something.
Yeah, okay, Nancy Drew. I think you've been sleuthing around the hidden staircase just a little too long.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, Jack Downey, and it's gonna be the front page news. Mark my words.
You don't know the first thing about Mr. Walker. I'm the only one who knows him, much less cares about him.
You know, you're right. As much as it pains me to say this, Jack, I think we should team up and investigate this thing together.
Whoa, what's the point of that?
2 heads are better than 1. Besides, if you help me, I know we can crack this case wide open.
Are you serious?
Look, if you care about Mr. Walker, you sure have a funny way of showing it. Are you just gonna sit back and do nothing?
Oh, man, how can someone so selfish make me feel so guilty?
It's a gift.
Okay, but you gotta promise not to tell anyone, right?
Relax, who am I gonna tell?
Strictly business. I told Jack I'd call him tomorrow at the time we'd meet.
You've got his number?
Cute. So, Jen, what do you know about Jack?
Not much. I'm not interested. But you should be.
What?
Oh, get a clue. He likes you. That's why he treats you like a reject in the outlet mall.
Thanks.
Oh, come on. I think he's kind of cute. He's tall, mysterious, just your type.
That's not possible, Jen. I don't have a type. Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey, how was school?
Okay. So, have you heard any news about Mr. Walker? They won't tell us anything at school.
Well, I did hear that they sent more divers to investigate the area where they retrieved his car, but I don't think they're going to find much. There's a strong current in that area.
If you were covering this story, where would you start?
Well, a good reporter always starts by looking into the subject's background for information.
What kind of information?
Anything that seems out of the ordinary. Because sometimes when you compile a lot of facts, it leads to answers.
That sounds like detective work.
Well, good reporters are kind of like detectives. But they can't rely on police alone. They've got to do their own investigation.
Yeah, that really makes sense.
No, wait a minute. I can see your wheels turning. Mr. Walker's disappearance is not a human interest piece, Lex. It's a serious case, which means I don't want you to get involved.
Come on, Dad. I was just curious. Don't worry. Kuna Matata.
Who goes there?
Who do you think?
Be nice or get lost.
May I please come in?
What do you want?
Well, nothing really. I just thought with Mom gone and all, I'd check on you. See how you're doing. You know, because I care.
What do you think, I'm an idiot?
Well, actually, I like what you've done with the place. But what's all this junk for?
It's not junk, it's important stuff.
This is important?
It's a stealth listening device. It means secret. Listen through here. Put it on your rear.
Ow!
Pretty cool, huh? And this is my favorite. It's a wrist walkie-talkie. You gotta have it for hands-free agent-to-agent communication.
So where do you get all this stuff from anyway?
The corner spy shop.
Never heard of it.
It's right across the street from where Ma takes her Pilates classes.
This stuff is amazing.
Hey!
Look, silly.
Hey, at school, how'd you figure that out?
My dorky sister has something just like it at home.
Can I help you guys?
Yes. We're looking for some spy equipment.
Well, you've come to the right place. Come here. Let me show you something.
Rearview glasses. Cool. What's up with this?
Well, I was in the neighborhood and I just thought I'd stop by.
What's he doing here?
Who? Oh, him?
Yeah, that would be the he I'm referring to.
Well, there's actually a really good reason why.
Hear me out, Lexi. It's only a matter of time before Dan Rather and Diane Sawyer show up to cover Mr. Walker's disappearance. But I'm gonna have the exclusive story.
You're gonna have the story? It's my story.
Hey, what's going on here? What are they doing here?
Yeah, what are you guys doing here?
In about 2 seconds, you both are gonna worship me. Are you ready? Gabe lives across the street from Miss Dawson.
And your point is?
Well, if we watch her for a few days and nothing suspicious takes place, maybe we can clear her name.
Right, or prove she had something to do with Mr. Walker's disappearance.
Exactly. Cool camera.
So make yourselves at home, guys. I'll get the menu book and we can order some lunch.
Wow. So this is how the other half lives.
Okay, so, what's next, Lex?
Okay. Our mission is to identify any suspicious activity or clues that might tell us what happened to Mr. Walker.
Right.
Now, even though we have all this equipment, nothing can substitute for our eyes, ears, and intuition.
That's right. I think we should divide and conquer.
Good idea. I propose that Jennifer and I go to Mr. Walker's house to search for clues, while you two go to Gabe's house and keep watch over Dawson's place. Did you get Walker's address?
Yeah, it's in Carroll Gardens. That's in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn? I am not schlepping all the way out to Brooklyn.
Jennifer, a good spy does not question her assignment.
So what? I'm not a good spy. I'll live.
I guess I'm going with you.
I was afraid of that.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? Calling a car.
Are you crazy? The big game's tonight. Traffic's gonna be bumper to bumper. Besides, showing up in a big hunk of Richmobile will stick out like two sore thumbs. I say the subway's the only way to go.
Oh, darn, you made me dial the wrong number.
Right. I made you dial the wrong number. You've never been on the subway before, have you?
Please, of course I have. I take it all the time.
Uh-huh. So let's go.
Let's see.
up.
Okay, this is so not a photo op.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Hold on, just making some technical adjustments. Okay.
Wow, this is some library.
Oh yeah, it's my lifetime collection.
Gabe's birth? You mean you even have that on tape?
Oh yeah, actually my dad just got me started really young and I've just been recording things ever since.
Impressive.
Okay. Everything's about set up. And action.
Oh, this is so exciting. Maybe she's not home.
Yeah. You just have to sit and wait and yeah.
Yes, I made it. I can't wait to tell Jennifer. How interesting. What a riot. I mean, who knew? Okay. It's this way.
Actually, it's this way.
Pardon me, but do you see this paper in my hands? It's called a map. And according to it, Mr. Walker's house is that way.
Well, first of all, second of all, it's that way. I've been there before.
Look, she's home.
I love this exercise tape.
Are you crazy? She might be a murderer.
I feel like a store mannequin.
You mean like a dummy on display? Excuse us, sir.
Hey, didn't that man's coat look like the one that Mr. Walker used to wear?
I don't know. I didn't notice it.
I'm sure that was Mr. Walker's coat. I mean, how many of those hideous green frocks could there be in one city?
Yeah, at the beginning of the school year, I came over here to pick up Mr. Walker's old computer. He was giving it to me. That's it right there.
Okay, I'll call you later.
Oh my gosh, look!
It's Miss Stern.
I'm surprised she doesn't have a nosebleed from being south of 14th Street.
That's funny. You don't seem to have a nosebleed.
Ha ha.
What's Miss Stern doing to Mr. Walker's?
Wait a minute, I did see them having a weird conversation the day before he disappeared.
Yeah?
Well, that's sort of suspicious.
Suspicious of what?
I don't know, I'm just pointing it out.
Let's, check out Mr. Walker's.
Should we go in?
Well, we, came all the way over here, didn't we?
It's as if you were just here. You know, I really like this sleuthing thing. I think I could be pretty good at it. Okay, I'm scared. Let's go.
Hey, whoa, we just got here. Let's look around a little bit.
Right.
Look at this. NP.
I wonder what that stands for.
Mr. Goldblum?
Detective Meany. And you two are on private property. Do you realize it's against the law?
No, sir.
We didn't. Of course not.
It is. Now, who are you, and what are you doing here?
I'm Lexi Golden. This is Jack Downey. We're students of Mr. Walker's.
Is he alive, sir?
That's police business. But if you know anything about his disappearance, I suggest you tell me now.
Oh, we don't know anything, sir.
Are you absolutely positive about that?
Of course we're absolutely positive about that. Do you have the time?
Yeah, it's 3:30.
How long have you been doing this? You know, police work.
Did you say it's 3:30? Because we're late for dinner.
It's a little early for dinner, isn't it, Jack?
Well, did you know that it's better to eat big meals early in the day? It's good for your digestive system.
No, I didn't know that.
So, we gotta get all the way across town. So we gotta go.
Well, I guess we'll be seeing you, detective.
Right, so we gotta go. Goodbye. Have you completely lost your mind?
I've never seen this side of you, Jack. You're scared, aren't you?
I'm not scared. I didn't want to upset the detective. He seemed kind of strange.
That's because he was not a detective.
What? And you know this because...
Because a New York detective could never afford a platinum watch, a Pumoni suit, and alligator boots.
Huh? A private detective can have wealthy clients and tons of money, especially in New York.
Maybe, maybe not.
Besides, how can you tell a Pomoni suit from across the room anyway?
Trust me, I can spot a knockoff from a mile away. And that was the real thing. Same with the watch, the best. Fine platinum band with 18-karat accents and mother-of-pearl dials that allow you to check the time in any 2 time zones simultaneously. It's the ultimate in chic. Just call it my New York sensibility hard at work.
Wow, who'd have thought that your insane obsession with material objects would actually come in handy?
I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, do you think that Miss Stern and this Meany guy are in on something together?
I don't know, but let's run a check on him, see what we find.
Good idea. We'll go back to my house.
No, we're going to my place. It's right here.
You live in Brooklyn? Why didn't you say so?
No one ever asked. Everyone assumes if you go to Millington, you gotta have a doorman and a summer house and all that. We don't have any of that. I'm at Millington on a scholarship.
Really?
Hi, Miss Jenrett.
Hi, Jack.
Yeah, really. Look, Brooklyn's not fancy like the Upper East Side, okay? I like it here. Everybody's cool. Look, I bet you don't know your neighbors, right?
Well, we don't really have neighbors, because we own the whole floor. But I did meet the people below us when I overflowed the bathtub once.
Right. Overflowed the bathtub. Come on. Hey, Mom, home.
Hello?
What's your mom doing home in the middle of the day?
She's an emergency room nurse. She works the night shift. She's got the days off.
Really? Something smells amazing.
Yeah, she's a great cook.
She cooks?
Yeah. Come on. This is my friend Lexi from school.
Hello, Lexi. Nice to meet you.
You too, Mrs. Downey.
I'm running a little behind, Jack. Would you do the dishes later?
Yeah, sure, Ma.
Would you like a lemon square?
This is delicious.
Thank you. So, what are you two working on?
It's just,
School project.
a school project, right. So we'll be upstairs.
Oh, all right. Nice to meet you, Lexi.
You too.
That's my brother.
You have a brother?
Yeah, that's Todd.
Does he live here?
No,
Where is he?
he's in the Navy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's stationed in Hawaii.
It's so wonderful there. The Grand Makiki is to die for. I had the best facial ever last time I was there. What's your favorite island?
I wouldn't know. I've never been to Hawaii.
Oh.
Todd and I used to share this room before he went away.
You must miss him.
Yeah, I do.
So, where's your dad?
Well, he died a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Jack.
No, it's okay. Well, he was sick for a long time, but we took good care of him.
Must have been really hard.
It was really okay. I loved my dad. Yeah, let's check out Meanie, huh? Here.
So, what are all these trophies for?
I like to bowl.
I hear that you have to wear shoes that other people have worn.
Well, you know, real bowlers have their own shoes. I'm not quite sure, but I think they have their own socks and underwear, too. But that's the really good bowlers.
Is this the computer that Mr. Walker gave you?
Mm-hmm.
I can see why. It's ancient.
It looks like there's a Charles Meany licensed as a New York State private detective.
There could be more than one Charles Meany, or he could be lying.
Or this could be the Charles Meany we met today.
Could be.
That's not possible.
What's not possible?
I have an email.
Oh, yes, that is a surprise. But you must have some friends. Who's it from?
It's from Mr. Walker.
What? Wait a minute, hold on. What is that?
It's a letter of recommendation he promised for my Millington scholarship renewal.
This is so weird. The letter itself was dated 4 days ago, but it wasn't sent until yesterday. How does a dead man send email?
Hey, Lexi, I just thought of something.
What?
Well, this was Mr. Walker's computer, right?
Yeah?
Look at this. Nicholas Petrosian, NP.
The initials on the briefcase at Mr. Walker's house.
Lexi's paging us to meet her back at her place. And watching Ms. Dawson was getting so good.
Okay, I'd better leave the camera running so we can check it out later. See if anything happens. Well, so Mr. Walker's real name is Nicholas Petrosian?
Well, you can't blame him for changing a name like that.
Hey, you think I could change my name?
Sure, why not?
Okay, you guys, let's review today's developments.
Okay.
Now, we saw Mr. and leaving Mr. Petrosian's apartment in Brooklyn, where a dubious detective claimed to be on the case. Mr. Goldblum was leaving Miss Dawson's apartment.
All right.
And some homeless guy in Brooklyn was wearing Mr. Walker's jacket.
That is so bizarre. What was Miss Stern wearing?
It was hard to tell, but I think...
Excuse me. Who cares? Can we continue?
Yeah, whatever.
Go right ahead.
Okay. We don't know why Miss Stern was at Mr. Walker's apartment. But even
Let's
I
not
would
forget, she had some sort of argument with Mr. Walker right before he disappeared.
Yeah.
Totally fishy.
My thought exactly, Jen. Now, this detective, it was...
Well, what's wrong with him?
Nothing really. He was just sort of creepy. And he dressed way too flashy to be a detective.
You know, Cameron Diaz dressed pretty flashy in Charlie's Angels.
Jen...
Okay, so it looks like Mr. Goldblum is somehow, involved with Miss Dawson?
But just yesterday, Mr. Walker broke her heart.
And then she threatened him.
Juicy, isn't it?
Maybe Mr. Goldblum and Miss Dawson conspired to get rid of Mr. Walker.
Whoa.
But what's their motive? I mean, just because he was at Miss Dawson's house doesn't mean
With
that...
his arm around her. Mm-hmm.
He was jealous.
But how do we explain this homeless guy?
I don't know. But there can't be more than one hideous Aussie coat like that in New York City.
Oh, come on, maybe the guy just found it.
No way.
What you got here, Jack?
I just ran a search on the name Nicholas Petrosian, and this came up in the Arizona Dispatch.
Nicholas Petrosian, a banker, mysteriously disappeared, and there's evidence to indicate that he may be dead. Just recently, he has been charged with fraud and embezzlement.
Petrosian is survived by his mother, who resides in Brighton Beach, New York.
I say we pay her a visit.
Sure, I'll work on getting her address.
You should have seen my outfit. It was so cute that everyone stared at me. I wore these adorable black capri pants with this leopard print t-shirt and these chunky shoes that came
Maybe I've underestimated Jack all this time. I mean, there's a lot more to him than I thought. It must be hard for him to go to school so far from home. And with his brother gone and his dad, I don't know what I'd do without my dad. But his mom's really sweet.
I'd call them your classic Mary Janes with thick soles, Velcro straps, and square toes. Your basic Prada knockoffs.
He always seems to be alone. I wonder who his best friend is. I really like spending time with Jack. Oh my gosh, what am I saying?
I got it.
What?
Miss Petrosian's address.
Are you serious? How'd you do that?
I used a little Brooklyn common sense. I checked the phone book.
No way.
Way. Yeah, she was listed in the white pages. I think we should go after school.
Okay.
All right.
I knew it.
What? Oh, come on, on, Jen. This is work.
You mean it's working?
What's working?
Oh, you're so like Jack. Can you just admit it?
That's it right over there.
Oh, how cute. They have a wishing well.
Hi, sorry to bother you, ma'am. We're looking for the mother of a Nicholas Petrosian.
There's no one here by that name.
Well, it's not really a name you forget, but maybe if you give it some thought, then...
I'm sorry.
Let him in.
What are you thinking?
They're
Don't
okay,
do
Mom.
this.
Mr. Walker!
Come on.
Would you care for something? The eel is wonderful, very fresh. I'd say it was swimming around just this morning.
Oh, no, thank you.
I just ate.
Okay.
That's a stunning pendant you're wearing.
Oh, yeah? Well, thank you. Years ago, I found it in a little junk shop outside Reno. I bought it with the nickels I won on the slots.
I can't believe you're alive, Mr. Walker. We were thinking the worst.
Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Walker?
Well, it's complicated.
Oh, I tried to talk him out of this, but he's just as stubborn as his father was. You don't want to get me started.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
So do you want to fill us in on the fraud and embezzlement you were charged with in '87? We found out about that.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised you've always done your homework. But I'm not guilty. I was framed.
Oh, you can say that again.
Back in the 80s, I was a young, eager banker in Arizona, working hard, trying to claw my way up the corporate ladder. I had just landed a really big, important account, and everyone started taking notice, especially Granville. I was on top of the world.
Summer? Gentlemen!
Who's Granville?
Oh, he was my boss.
I never liked that man.
Mother, please. Well, it was short-lived anyway. Very soon after, somebody stole $10 million out of that new account and put it into a foreign account in my name. I was framed for the theft.
Why didn't you just withdraw it and turn it into the police?
Well, I immediately went to do that, but the account was empty.
And you never found out who framed you?
No, lots of people had access to the account.
What about the money? No idea where it went?
Not a clue. I sure wish I did, though.
How does $10 million just disappear?
I knew that the police would soon show up, so I ran. But someone came after me and stalked me for months, leaving me threatening messages, accusing me of robbing the foreign account.
Someday the person who did this is gonna get a piece of my mind. He's gonna regret the day he was born.
It was a nightmare. I had to take drastic action, and I faked my own death in order to shake off my pursuer. Nicholas Petrosian was kaput.
And you created a whole new you.
Yeah. Orlando Walker was a teacher who had died the year before I came to town, and when I acquired his identity, I became a teacher too, and I loved it, you know, and I settled into my new life, and things went back to normal. Then I met Miss Dawson.
Oh, she's the bee's knees.
Egg salad?
Pumpernickel.
My favorite.
My favorite.
I went head over heels, and everything was going great until Lexi's article appeared in the newspaper.
Oh my gosh. It looks like you were found because of my picture. I'm so sorry, Mr. Walker. I never had any intentions of hurting you.
I know you didn't, Lexi. Anyway, that afternoon I felt somebody was following me. And when I got home, I found this note. It had rained and the ink smudged, so it's hard to read.
Know who you are. Under the Palm lobby at Hotel Saturday at 2 p.m. You'll pay. If you don't pay, your girlfriend will. You're being blackmailed, Mr. Walker. It looks like you're supposed to show up at some hotel on Saturday at 2 p.m. If you don't, something might happen to Miss Dawson.
And I have to figure out what hotel that is.
Do you know who wrote this note?
Whoever framed me way back when.
Well, right now we can't assume anyone is innocent until we have this mystery person cornered.
So if we find out what lobby we're supposed to be at, we can find the mystery person.
Yes, and I need to be there so that no harm comes to Miss Dawson.
Well, Mr. Walker, you have to come out in the open sometime. I mean, if you don't, how are you ever going to marry Miss Dawson?
Yeah.
I'd love to marry her.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, we need to find out which hotel it is, and then we can just use you as bait.
What are you doing here?
I live here, you geek. I mean, may I please have a moment?
The suspense is killing me. What do you want?
Out of the kindness of my heart, I've decided to clue you in.
Come on.
Anything on the disc?
Just there.
Let's go to work. I know who you are. Meet me under the palm in the lobby at the 2 p.m. The Fairmark.
Hey, kid, you in there? Hey, what's going on?
Oh, hi, Dad. Hey, Mr. Gold.
What are you guys doing?
Just learning some new dance stuff.
Okay.
That shuffle ball changed, Taylor, not change ball shuffle.
You're such a new dance.
I know, you really are.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and prepare for tomorrow's assignment.
Bye, Dad. I love you. Bye.
Okay, let's get a hold of Mr. Walker. Now, we just need to stake out the Fairmark at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Hi, Dad. Bye, Dad.
Hold up, honey.
What's up?
There's been some troubling developments concerning Mr. Walker. Police today have announced that missing school teacher Orlando Walker may be a wanted embezzler in hiding since 1987. A spokesperson for the police department says that Walker faces many years of prison if convicted. A sizable reward has been posted for information regarding Mr. Walker's whereabouts.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry, honey.
You can't always tell a book by its color.
Well, does it say there if anyone knows where he is?
No, apparently he's still missing.
Great. I mean, I'm late. I gotta go, Dad. Have a nice day. I'll see you later. Bye, Gilda.
Bye, dear.
Lexi. Yeah?
I thought you could use these walkie-talkies. I picked up some extras.
Oh, that's a great idea. But are you sure?
You may need them.
Thanks.
Good luck.
You know, I just may keep you. Bye. Okay, are you ready?
I think those kids are up to no good.
That looks pretty good over there.
Oh, come on, Gabe. It's 2 o'clock. Can you stand this? It's 2 o'clock. Okay, guys, places. her a message to lie low, but she probably didn't understand. No. Don't do it, Mr. Walker. It's Mr. Goldblum. What? Or not? It's that homeless guy with Mr. Walker's coat. And look, Mrs. P. It's Miss Stern. Is she meeting Mr. Goldblum?
I'm confused.
Okay, are we on some new TV show with hidden cameras and stuff? Let's see. Because I don't care what the prizes are. This is just getting too insane. Let's see. What? Meanie.
Petrosian. Granville. I can't believe it's you. You did this to me? Why? I was your best employee. Your toughest deal maker.
I never did believe you were a dead man.
You ruined my life for all intents and purposes. I am dead.
Well, I must say, for a dead man, you certainly seem to be enjoying yourself.
Right. Enjoyed living my life on the run. You set me up.
Of course I did, old boy. You're such an easy mark. Why not make it easy on yourself now and hand it over?
I don't have the money.
Well, of course you don't have the money, you fool. Just give me what belongs to me.
Don't go there, Mr. Walker. Just trap him. To make you go away, I'll give you half of it right now.
Half? Half? What are you talking about, you fool? Sent you. Yeah, it's just my ankle. Don't let him get away.
Okay, you two go up and Jack and I'll go down. Jack.
Come on.
Which way do we go? Wait here, Jack. Hello? 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 Oh my gosh, Miss Dawson. Are you okay? Oof, talk about a fashion emergency.
I received an exclusive invitation for a free day at the spa, and this is what it gets me. What in the world is going on here? What are you doing here?
Well, it's a long story. But for starters, Mr. Walker's alive.
What?
Well, you're gonna flip when you hear the details. But they're gonna have to wait. Right now, we have to 86 Granville. He's the guy that issued this oh-so-exclusive invitation. Miss Dawson. Oh, forgive me for hosing you down like this, but I've got to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet, please. May I have your attention? Thank you. I'm pleased to introduce someone who has spent the last 4 weeks living undercover as a homeless man on the streets of Brooklyn. He's here today to tell us his story. Ladies and gentlemen, City Council Member Gary Iker.
I am proud to stand before you today as a man with some small insight into the poverty on our streets. Do you see this old coat? To some, a coat is merely an accessory, a fashion statement. To others, a coat is a form of shelter, a means of survival. This dreary old coat is practically the only offering of kindness I received in the past month. A man literally took it off his back to keep me warm.
That rag a form of shelter? Never thought of it that way.
Well, it's the first time for everything. Hey, come on.
Lexi.
Ma'am. Oh, get me a cold one, Garson.
Right away.
Oh!
Mr. Walker!
Have you seen Miss Dawson?
Oh, there she is. Aren't they just the bee's knees?
We lost him.
What?
What's going on here?
Oh, hello. We're just having some tea with my grandma. Come on, guys.
Grandma!
Can I get you a Napoleon?
Thank you, sweetheart.
He couldn't have gotten too far.
Now, everyone be cool. Oh, wait, I have an idea. Jack, there he is.
Go get him. Ah, what's this? Ladies, grab your purses.
Granville Falco masquerading as Detective Meanie. What kind of an alias is that? Oh, he was a meanie, all right. We'll see how meanie is behind bars. It seems that Miss Stern liked Mr. Walker, and she got a little jealous about Miss Dawson when she saw the picture in the paper. She went snooping around his place to see if he had disappeared just to avoid her. Meanwhile, Mr. Goldblum was being rejected by Miss Dawson. But as you can see, he soon set his sights on Miss Stern, and voila! All's well that ends well. Oh boy, Mr. Walker's mom. Don't they look sweet together? We just have this teeny-weeny little problem about Mr. Walker's future. I'm pretty sure Miss Dawson would prefer not to be married in a prison chapel. I must say, Detective Potter looks so much better without the knobs. And last but not least, Dad. Dad?
kidney stones and a case of sciatica in the time it's taken me to see you in handcuffs, I'd have grandchildren by now if it weren't for you.
You're under arrest for charges of impersonating an officer and federal charges of embezzlement and fraud.
Good riddance.
Someday, I'll get you, Petrosian.
Sir, I gotta arrest you too. You're one of the same charge as your pal here.
But that's your man. He framed Mr. Walker.
The money disappeared from his Swiss account. If you're innocent, Mr. Petrosian, what happened to the money?
I wish I knew.
Oh, babe.
Mrs. Petrosian, where did you get that I mean, extremely unique bumblebee brooch?
Miss Gold, this is hardly the time.
I'm sorry, but this really is very important.
This? Well, let's see. I've had it since Reagan was in office. Actually, I found it. I had gone to the bank to meet my son for lunch. There was a paper bag on the floor, so I picked it up. Inside was the most magnificent piece of jewelry I had ever seen. I'm telling you, it would have cost $25 at the flea market. Look what I found.
Wow.
We figured it must belong to somebody in the bank. But the next day, my poor son was on the run. I never had a chance to find the owner. Belongs to anybody.
Everyone behold a very rare canary diamond. It's so rare that there are less than 30 certified canary diamonds around the world. With its vivid color, unique shape, and flawless condition, it's probably worth around $10 million. That would be all.
This is wonderful.
I think that Meanie Granville took the money out of the Swiss account. He put it in there so he could take it out. Then he bought the diamond to hide the money.
I thought you stole it, Petrosian. I was taken to a safety deposit box, and then it was gone. Now give it back to me.
Get him out of here.
Give it back to me. It's mine. This isn't fair. This just isn't fair. Give it back to me. It's mine.
You're a genius, Lexi.
What part of the brain do you store this information?